glass in my face.
I'm scared of death. Can you catch my breath?
I feel a lot of denial, so wild. I gotta go with my own style.
The shadows stalking in the smoke. Oh, you know we once survived, but lead us away. Oh, you know they broke me down. Can't speak it out, can't speak it out. They broke me down. It's slowly poisoning me, the death machine.
Time hits, we're back with a knife, screw life. All I have to do is survive.
The ashes cover everything.
I'm not afraid of what happens, no I don't care. Gotta run away from this nightmare.
But lies and hate, machine is made. Oh, you know we once survived it. It burns us alive. Oh, you know they broke me down. Can't speak it out, can't speak it out. They broke
Let them lions roar among the candy sound of a million beaten drums. I'll just keep waiting till it comes. In Tennessee, we got them girls, grown women, they be poppin', they on this shit, so they ain't talking unless it's involving. For them Titans, then it's off the Needlian Stadium down in Knoxville, so exciting. I can't hide it, I can't fight it. Tennessee runs through my blood. I grew up in the mountains, but it's the whole state I love. In Tennessee, we got them girls, grown women, they be popping, they on this shit, so they ain't talking unless it's involving surprise. In Tennessee, we be hustling. If it breeze and we don't trust it, only pussies do drive-bys, we just walk up on your bus. In Tennessee, we rep the city hard, and plus we city sharp. We don't tolerate no disrespect, we'll tear this bitch apart. In Tennessee, we just be living and we take care of our children. If you say that we can't do it, then we'll have to show you different. In
Tennessee, Hennessy, I'm just getting my drink on, slanging pills, jugging glass, I'm just getting my bank on, bottle full of gold, stay tatted head to toe, and always looking for a come up off a hoe, twerking ass bitches, who like lurking for the riches, everybody gang banging, deaf to all snitches, way down in Tennessee, smoking Northern Cali, though so much dog food in Memphis, every corner a Petco, streets got a death hole, shells from them Dracos, stay chopping up murder man for the pesos. Get wrong, you gon' doze if you're sleeping on that shirt. AK-40 to your head, wet up your shirt.
In Tennessee, we got them girls, grown women, they be popping, they on this shit, so they ain't talking unless it's involving surprise. In Tennessee, we be hustling. If it breeze and we don't trust it, only pussies do drive-bys, we just walk up on your bus. In Tennessee, we rep the city hard, and plus we city sharp. We don't tolerate no disrespect, we'll tear this bitch apart. In Tennessee, we just be living and we take care of our children. If you say that we can't do it, then we'll have to show you different. In Tennessee. Pussies do drive-bys, we just walk up on you, busted. Pussies do drive-bys, we just walk up on you, busted. Down here don't fuck around. In Tennessee, we got them girls, grown women, they be popping, they on this shit, so they ain't talking unless it's involving surprise. In Tennessee, we be hustling. If it breeze and we don't trust it, only pussies do drive-bys, we just walk up on your bus. In Tennessee, we rep the city hard, and plus we city sharp. We don't tolerate no disrespect, we'll tear this bitch apart. In Tennessee, we just be living and we take care of our children. If you say that we can't do it, then we'll have to show you different. In Tennessee.
Tell them I'm staying right here. Tell them I'm switching my gear. Yeah. Tell them I'm just getting started. Tell them this year's my year. Ay. Tell them I'm staying right here. Tell them I'm switching my gear. Yeah. Tell them I'm just getting started. Tell them this year's my year. Ay. I've been this real since the boom. I'll take the man to the tomb. Yeah. Now they all ask what I'm doing. Well, you see it is soon. Say that they know what to do. Say I should listen to you. Yeah. Y'all don't know what I've been doing. Trust me, you don't got a clue. Take the top to my front door. Only fiends coming through the bay. Got my problems, I want more. Lead the past up in the past. The way I'm moving, need a hard pass. All class with a book bag. In the night with that all black. Hang it up, then no call back. Yeah, I got time and it's all on my mind, so I tell them I'ma let it out. Yeah, and I got guap, but you know I can't stop, so I tell them I'ma dead it now. Yeah, I got green and I gotta switch cheese, but I'm looking for the cheddar now. That shit was all bad, now I'm coming to get last, and this year's looking better now. Tell them I'm staying right here. Tell them I'm switching my gear. Yeah. Tell them I'm just getting started. Tell them this year's my year. Ay. Tell them I'm staying right here. Tell them I'm switching my gear. Yeah. Tell them I'm just getting started. Tell them this year's my year. Ay. Tell them that. 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 Yeah. Tell them that. 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 Ay, how long was I gone for? Pop more than some popcorn. Gotta drive, can't stop for. All the talk, there's no time for it. Blowing up like Lampore. Crowd wanting that encore. Tom Ford is what I wore, and I made a day what I bought it for. Now the speaker so fluent. I'm at the bar like I'm Ewan. Yeah, they wanna keep me so stagnant. I make a hit, keep it moving. Up in the morning, I'm brewing. They gon' know where I knew it. They tryna keep me from making it. I swear they looking so Judas. Feel like Messi with the goals. Will I make it? I don't know. Time is running out the back door. Pray to God to open doors. Couple bands for the shows. Hey, making money off the flows. Yeah, I just had to go show y'all. Gotta keep them on their toes. Tell them I'm staying right here. Tell them I'm switching my gear. Yeah. Tell them I'm just getting started. Tell them this year's my year. Ay. Tell them I'm staying right here. Tell them I'm switching my gear. Yeah. Tell them I'm just getting started. Tell them this year's my year. Ay. Tell them that. 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 Yeah. Tell them that. 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 Hey, it's 2018. Yeah. Come on, tell them that. Man, everything in 2017, I don't want to hear about it no more. Okay? Yeah, cause big things are brewing. I mean, big things popping in the city, you know. Yeah. That's all you need to know. Don't tell them that.
my God, June! Oh!
Absolutely devastating.
He's actually in a really good spot for his teammate to watch over him and give him assistance, but no one really watching the main run-up. And oh, what a trophy system collateral kill!
Oh, they gotta get on the point. They gotta get on the point. They're gonna run out of time. Can they contest? They are with 1.4 seconds. And Phil is gonna go down. We are gonna be seeing him now. No, out of the point, and Wave Runners by the skin of their teeth are gonna be able to hold on.
Can he play from horse? Oh, holy! He's gonna get another one.
As Hoy will quick scope heavy.
But it's gonna not necessarily translate to control for the bottom lane, as Legacy just being an absolute nuisance here with his team just getting such a back control here.
Kill is gonna get hustled down to 2v2. They should have had the man up, and now Austin's gonna try to get one. He's gonna look for the double, can't quite get it. Zuxium, the last man alive, and now it's Zuxium trying to finish off the team. He's gonna stun in there, C1. One's gonna push out, it's gonna get taken out. Zuxium can finish it right here, 7 points left. Taking out another one more pushes out. He's gonna get taken out by teammates, and that's gonna be Hype Esports taking map number 1.
I see it now, I see it now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another match tonight. If you guys saw the first one, then you would have witnessed a 3-0 between Valiant Gaming and good old Indiana Syndicate. It went the way of Valiant Gaming, Trevor. What do you think of that? Did you get a chance to see that one?
I didn't get to see much of it, but from just looking at the past, looking at the rosters, it makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, solid team, 3-0, it's what happens.
It is. I mean, that's 100% facts, Trevor. If you saw one part of the match, that's basically a good summary of the entire thing. It pretty much was same thing the whole time. Good stand at the end from Indiana Syndicate. Anyways, on to what we're at right now. Hyped Esports versus God Gaming, second and final match of the night. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be one likes the which we have never seen, Trevor, because both these teams have brand new rosters.
Yeah, completely new. So that's kind of a fun thing. Roster scrambles, for anyone who's ever played, you know what it is. It happened. So yeah, it'll be pretty cool to kind of see. So let's take a look at some of those new rosters. So we can head over to Hyped to go ahead and check out their roster to see kind of what they're doing, where they are. So as you guys can see on the screen now, we're going to have It's Chaotic there in the captain's spot, followed by Anthrax, Rias, and Waz, rounding out that Hyped Esports roster. Now, Kabaka, like you said, we don't know what to expect. So I don't know. Maybe they're really good. Maybe they're going to fry. Stay tuned to find out.
Yeah, basically what I've seen, well, from what I've heard, both teams have basically completely brand new and reworked rosters. Going on to the next one in good old God Gaming, whereas the other side kept one of their previous players, God Gaming has a completely new roster. We've got Hopeful, CWL, Nedster, Bape, and Rego. It's going to be a interesting baptism by fire into the league for both these new teams. Well, not new teams, but new teams for these same teams that have already been in the league. You know what I'm trying to say here, Trevor. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting test to see for both of these new rosters.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it, and kind of where we're going to see them take place is going to be the maps. So yeah, I mean, just looking at the lineup here, we have coming up first for you guys on Hardpoint. That's going to be Moscow. That's always kind of a fun one for me. You get to really pay attention to some rotations. We have a couple short rotations and then a few long ones too. So you really have to pay attention to where people are kind of positioned. What do you think about the S&D?
Well, we just saw it, me and Brett casting the other game, and it was a complete and utter slaughterhouse up in there, Trevor. And that definitely has the potential to be just that. There's a lot you can do on the attack to catch a defender out and make it just an absolute bloodbath. But Yeah, we'll get to that when the time comes. Going on into control, we've got checkmate and then checkmate again in hardpoint. And then to round things off, we are back at raid.
Yeah, you saw a quick 3-0 in the last one, so we are only guaranteed those first 3 maps, which will again be Moscow, Moscow, and then checkmate. If we do get to see that 4th and 5th map, which we have no idea what to expect, we could get there. Maybe we don't. We just don't know. So that would be a checkmate hardpoint for the 4th map, and if we make it, good old raid for that map 5 S&D. I mean, I'm just excited to cast some Call of Duty, honestly.
Oh yes, me too, Trevor. And honestly, I think that these teams both got a little bit lucky with the fact that they are fighting each other tonight, because they're not going to have to go up against a team that has a lot of experience with each other. This is going to be pretty much the perfect opportunity for them to iron things out without, the stakes being too stacked up against them. Now going into Moscow hardpoint, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the first map of the night. In case you guys are just tuning in, we are on time and going for God Gaming versus Hyped Esports.
Yeah, and we're going to be on the side of Hopeful with God Gaming off the rip here. So we'll get to see kind of what they do. I mean, pretty typical. They're going to run straight to the middle. They have the spawns, so they're going to want to hold on to those for at least a couple minutes. So we might see one person kind of play an anchor here. But honestly, this is going to be a bloodbath right here, center map.
Yes, indeed, it always is, Trevor, but God Gaming is going to get completely knocked off of it. Nedster trying to do a little bit of something here, but Chaotic takes him down. Basically just trades for days back and forth, but still going the way of Hyped. They've got at least a modicum of control going on here, trying to extend their control, and the enemy team spawn to flip it, but it's not really going that well for them in that aspect. Got quite a little bit of time off of this. If they can get just a little bit more off this, Trevor, then they can basically buy themselves some time to get the break in the next objective and still be okay.
Yeah, well, they got the flip, so Hyped Esports not only is kind of controlling the first point, but they have control over the second, kind of as it stands. God Gaming going to look to push up the street to try to get some people in the side, but Chaotic is ready for it. He does eventually hit his shots to kind of get that first kill there. The second player is able to get away, but with Hyped Esports putting up 20-something points on the first hill and then having flipped the spawns, that's just about as well as you can play this hard point off the break.
Yes, indeed. That is pretty much exactly what Hyped Esports needed. Perfect. Basically off the rip up against God Gaming. They're still just absolutely fragging out. Speaking of fragging out, Waz, whatever you want to call him, he has gotten just now his first death. He's 5-1, just to show you that Hyped Esports, they are playing no games right now. They're just throwing in the chows, and they're getting a lot of good value for all these chows. Taking down 1, 2, Chaotic. Still got Rego to deal with, and he is gonna get his head knocked off by him, but tees up his teammates to do some good stuff there as they completely regain control again, Trevor. And not just that, they've got Rias around the back, trying to get this spawn situation down pat for them as well, and make sure that God Gaming doesn't get an ample setup.
Yeah, Reese is going to be a really big factor in here, but number 4, Rigo could stiff him out there. So that's really big. The gunfight is going down in the back, shots going back and forth. Reese able to get away there, but now look who's kind of putting pressure on the front of the point. That's going to be Anthrax there, number 6. This is huge. No one's on the point. No one's getting points for God Gaming, so we're going to see Hyped Esports try to break through right now, but I mean, they're just absolutely demolishing the other team. Maybe it doesn't look like that for sure on the stats, but I mean, just in terms of control and what they're doing, they already have it, and they could be set up well for the rotation, but that spawn from number 3, depending on how he chooses to play it, could be big.
Bro, Anthrax just came around the back and destroyed that entire push. That is absolutely devastating. Nedster gets killed by the first person he comes in contact with, at least gives the alert that people are on the way. But God Gaming, they are grasping at straws right now, grasping at thin air. They're not really able to firmly grab a hold of anything here, my dude. They're having, granted they have the spawns, but Hyped, they're keeping them nice and stuck in there for the moment, and they're going to get the first little bit of time here, really oppressing the living daylights out of their opponents as they now have about a 70-point lead.
Yeah, and Rego there, 3 and 10 is not the stat line you want to be at with the new roster. That is not good looks for you. sir, is you need to start putting up some numbers. But I mean, Hyped Esports has just been in control the whole time. We do kind of have a close spawn from God Gaming, but I mean, Reyes, he's right there. He knows what's going on. That is a nice move over the top of the bus to pick up. Did he get 2 there? No, he didn't get the first one. Didn't quite get the full finish on him, but Chaotic is right there to clean it up while soaking up some nice points. They're going to be up by just about 100 here in a couple seconds, which, man, that's a tough deficit to come back from.
Yes, indeed. Despite the fact that Hyped Esports have been together for not a very long amount of time, they definitely seem to have at least a little bit more cohesion going here. Well, I guess you could say a lot more cohesion going on here than God Gaming. I know they got at least a few scrims in, whereas one of the God Gaming players joined just, I believe, around an hour-ish ago. So definitely slight margins here, but it's definitely showing, Trevor, the difference in cohesions that a few hours can give you. Anyways, Nedster and the guys are trying to pile drive their way onto the objective, but they just get their heads blown off by Reyes. They're going to have to try again here, but oh my goodness, this might be a very, very quick game, Trevor. We're almost on the point of no return, the 200-point margin for Hyped Esports, and it's only the beginning of the second rotation.
Yeah, and it looks like Hyped Esports is going to have control for the next rotation unless number 2 Bait can do something about that. He's going to try to leak around to the back there to get the spawns for his team, but he may be snipped out. And there's still a battle going down on the point with Hyped Esports coming on top. Now it's kind of the battle for the rotation with about 10 seconds left. But look who's there. Chaotic again, picking up those kills. He's at 15-7 stat line. Only bested by Reyes at his... Reyes at the 16-8. Chaotic is at the 15-8.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was big. Big shots there from God Gaming, but unfortunately, Hyped Esports is still in control with those close spawns. They worked for the positioning, and they got it. It's paid off. Now they're in the point, getting kills, and they're about to get 200 points.
Yes, indeed, Trevor. They're getting dangerously close to victory, and God Gaming have not even broken 50 points. This is basically what happens when... You
pick up a roster an hour
pick up a roster an hour before the match. It's sad but true. Anyways, I mean, Reyes, he's just having a field day here, just running right on through. He's 21-10. Anthrax 16-10. Everyone pretty much double positive except for Waz, who has not really been having a whole lot of the action going on here. I think he's more of the holding things down in the back, or he's probably just going in for a lot of the chows. Either way, he's not really been having a lot of the kills, but still having a little bit of an impact. Coming around the side, Waz taking down 1, and only one in the back is Rego, and he is 8-19. Having a little bit of a hard time. That is going to be compounded to an 8-19 now, as he is now dead. God Gaming literally got to go in and make a break now. It's now or never do. They are on the cusp of losing this first round really, really badly.
Yeah, so Hyped Esports has, they're going to take the game here. No one's even close enough. But, okay, so what they did there was they were able to get the rotations, basically hold it the full time, pick up the scrap, and have rotations for new. So when a team is able to do that, they're going to win 250-36. It is not a fluke that Hyped Esports won it that well because they just played the map the best that they possibly could. I mean, like I said, when you pick up the scrap time, and are the first one in the hill on the next hill, you're going to win by a very, very large margin, this time over 200 points.
Yes, indeed. Large margins indeed, Trevor. That is, oh my God. I think that's one of the biggest score differentials we've seen for the season. DropShotStats, please don't quote me on that. Go and ask them. They've been keeping track of all of our stats so far this season. Shout out to them, by the way. They do a really good job of keeping track of those kinds of things. Well, anyways, Trevor, that is round 1 already done and in the books. God Gaming, they gotta put it out of their minds basically as fast as it happened, like 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes and just be like, all right, that's 5 minutes of my life I'm never gonna get back. But it's not, doesn't have to be the end of the series. We can't let it just end right there. Obviously it doesn't end in reality, but it might end in their minds. Losing that bad, you can totally give up, you know what I'm saying? But going into Moscow on Search and Destroy, they might have a little bit of a chance to come back if they can keep it all up here.
Well, they just got smoked off of the map in the hard point, so you're going to want to have to completely forget about that if you're going to want to make the comeback. But hey, maybe they're S&D kids. Maybe that's what they picked up an hour ago. We can't note these things. So that'll be cool to see. Like, what if, who was it? Rego, he had, like, he was the lowest in the lobby. What if he comes out and drops 20 in an S&D? Who knows? It could happen. God Gaming could do it. They could pull it out of the bag. But right now it's not looking good. You just lost by 214 points, something like that. Like, you need to regain.
Yeah, biggest point gap in the league so far, I'm pretty sure, Trevor, but that even surpasses the one that we saw earlier tonight between Valiant Gaming and Indiana Syndicate. It was, I think, 250 to 66 about. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's about right. Anyways, guys, gonna be hopping in soon with Search and Destroy as soon as these guys are recuperated and ready to go. Trevor, we talked a little bit about this map and how you can do definitely a lot of not nice things to the defenders with how you decide to come at the map. It is definitely not the easiest map to defend, especially when your opponents don't just go for the obvious sub rush on in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some cool things that I've seen happen on this map are people will run right up mid map to I think the A side. I'm not sure the one that's in the back. And they'll run right up the middle, and no one ever expects it. It's kind of a really cool thing to see. It's not the best strat, just because all four of your players are just wide open in the middle of the map. So very easy to get picked off, but not everyone watches it. It's kind of cool to see those like sub rushes up to that close side. Very easy to do. But I kind of like some of the long pushes too, kind of around street side over into the rooms. They could be kind of cool. So I'm interested to see kind of what the strategies are for each team. What we're going to see the most of. Are we going to see people holding the angles a little bit more because there are a lot of really interesting ones on this map, or are they just going to run up and get as many kills as they can as quick as they can? If you're hyped esports, you might want to try that because you just smoked them in kills in the last one.
I was actually thinking around the same lines, Trevor. I'm thinking that hyped esports, they're going to have total confidence, maybe a little bit too much confidence. We'll find out whether or not their level of confidence is misplaced in the first round or so. They're probably just going to be flying at them without much respect for the gun skill of their opponents based on that last round. Pretty much all of them around double positive-ish in the hard point, so they definitely got to be thinking that they have the winning of this, Trevor. We're going to be hopping in now to see just if how much truth that holds in Moscow Search and Destroy map number 2.
Yeah, I think the key player for God Gaming is going to be Reiko there, just because of how poor his showing was in the last map. Gonna be he needs to he doesn't have to go huge, but he has to hold his own. If not, brand new team, you're really likely to drop somebody after it's just formed if it doesn't click, and if you are not performing, you could unfortunately get dropped. So I'm not saying by any means that if he does bad, he's going to get dropped. It's just something that he's probably thinking about. So kind of how he handles that pressure is going to be huge for him specifically going into this Moscow Search and Destroy. But I mean, on the other side, Chaotic, I think he's going to put up some big numbers. Just as kind of a prediction, just the way that he played that last map wasn't necessarily the person that was in there first, but he was like, okay. So it looks like the game dropped. So we'll just couple more minutes for us to get in to the Search and Destroy. But like I was kind of saying before that little update there, Chaotic's probably a really big player to watch on the side of hyped esports. Just the way he played, what he was doing, how he held the angles, wasn't necessarily the injury, but was picking up the trades and then some. It can be really key in Search and Destroys.
Yeah, I think Anthrax is probably also going to the final kill cam where he just completely flanked around the entirety of an enemy push and just demolished them from the ground up. Shot 3 of them right in the back, and then got the 4th who was trying to come up for the trade. You hate to see stuff like that if you're on God Gaming, but if you're a spectator and you love Call of Duty, you love seeing stuff like that. It's kind of a love and hate relationship depending on who you are in relation to it. But yeah, we are going to be loading back in as soon as it's humanly possible. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get you updates on that. And yeah, I mean, God Gaming, they definitely have a lot to prove. This brand new roster having an absolute shocker in the first round. Maybe they can do a little bit better in the Search and Destroy. I hope to God for their sake that they can do a little bit better in the Search and Destroy. And I mean, yeah, Trevor, you pointed out earlier, teams are very, very, I don't know, especially, favored towards Search and Destroy. I mean, a lot of teams, especially if you come from other games, you play a lot of different games. A lot of people love Search and Destroy, and usually there's a huge affinity towards Search and Destroy for a lot of teams, especially if they struggle in the respawn.
Yeah, so traditionally, you're a respawn team or you're a search team. So let's just hope that God Gaming's a search team so we can extend this series a little bit longer. I'd like to get to that raid, but with how they played the last respawn, they're gonna have to steal one. It's just how it is. Maybe something clicks after this, but right now, while we wait for the lobby and everything to get set up, we are gonna go to a quick break, and we will be right back with the games.
All right, guys. We are back again with some more God Gaming versus Hyped Esports. Good start for Hyped. Best start of the season for anybody in any hardpoint. But let's see if they can keep it going now as Hyped Esports are on the defense. God Gaming looking to get a solid attacking run. And we are in map number 2 on Moscow.
Yeah, and as we can see, we kind of have that kind of quick rush. Anthrax in the back, though, so that could be kind of huge as he does pick him up. That's just the Nedster, man. He is the only one left, and he got smoked. So that's kind of how we expected that one to go. Hyped Esports, we couldn't even really intro the game. I mean, Anthrax is already in the back, hitting Rago, and then turning around and smoking the Nedster in the face, man. That's kind of how the hard point left off, and that's a really good pace for Hyped to start the search. Not so much for God Gaming.
Yeah, literally the worst start you could have in a search and destroy. Not a single kill. Well, just got to keep with the whole wiping it off and going on into the next time. Wiping the dirt off your pants and going on into the next one. Trying to get a little bit of a shot on mid. He's going to see that there is a lot of people there. He does get the better of Anthrax, but Chaotic there for the trade. God Gaming thinking about making a counter shell to mid. Nedster waiting for them to try and exit his way. In fact, he's getting a little bit impatient with that. He doesn't know just how linear that way, so he's not totally comfortable with his position, and neither is Hyped Esports. They try and get out. They have been pinned in the corner, and God Gaming clapping back rather quickly.
So I actually talked about that push before. I kind of talked about it when we were introing the search before the first game dropped, and that's what happens. It's a risk reward thing, man. I mean, the reward is really high, but the risk is right there too. All it takes is that one person to catch them out, and because he got that one pick, that stopped Hyped Esports in their tracks. But I mean, they can rebound here. I mean, everyone on their team besides Waz has 2 kills. He hasn't got one yet, but I mean, there's a whole round in front of him right here. Looks like the same kind of vanilla push for God Gaming. I mean, the team just started. You're not going to have strats. It's just how that works. Everyone knows this push, and Hype has to know that's about all they know. As Anthrax does get the first blood, he's all the way around the map. I mean, Ria's kind of looking for this as he knows that they're going to have to be there. I mean, Hopeful tried to... He's just absolutely getting fried. Ria's kind of really going big for his team right now. He's 3-1. Just got his third right there. And maybe he finished that kill. It looked like some more shots came through. But that's really huge as he's just kind of finessing going through for his team here. Chaotic, again, he's going really big too, so it is going to be Chaotic that kind of picks up that last kill. Either way, great defense for Hyped Esports, but God Gaming also had a pretty good defense too. So let's see if whoever picks up the first offense traditionally wins, but I don't have a lot of faith in God Gaming right now.
Yeah, Trevor, I think the main problem we're seeing for both teams in those last 2 pushes is that they are taking way too long to make up their minds. I think that has something to do with the lack of cohesion and teamwork between the teams thus far. I mean, it's hard to make a play call when you guys don't really know each other and who the leader is going to be. They catch one hopping out the window as Anthrax going down again. Rias picking up the bomb and the trade. He's looking to try and make his way through here, and no hesitation this time. He's making the shot call, realizing what went wrong the last time. He's going right on in for the plant. Teammates trying to get in position to aid him. Rego going to get found and taken down. It is now a 3v2 with a bomb planted for Hyped Esports.
Yeah, they know exactly where one of the player is coming through mid, but number 3, Bape, could cause some issues for the Hyped Esports team as he does just pick up Waz there, who's kind of standing on that statue. So this is big. He could potentially get there, maybe do something there. Rias almost turns on Hopeful, but Hopeful is able to pick it up. It's all up to Chaotic. Bombs down, isn't able to pick up Bape there off the street. Yeah, Hyped Esports able to pick up the... God Gaming able to pick up the defense. That's going to bring it to 2-2. So they don't look as bad as they did in the hard point. I mean, right now they're toe-to-toe with Hyped Esports in the search.
Yeah, a lot of spreading out going on there from Hyped Esports there. They were all pretty much in their own individual sightlines where no one could cross over from their sightline to help each other out. So they're pretty much, at the very least, going to have to deal with a 1v1 gunfight solo, at the most a 2v1. And God Gaming put that together very, very well. They found Hyped Esports very isolated and took them down with ease. And now Hyped, they're going to have a good opportunity to do a defense as God Gaming looking to switch things up from their Rush A strategy. And then they're going to go for taking a book out of the CSGO handbook and going for a Rush B.
Yep, that's the thing that they did. No, was able to pick up his first kill there. On the street side for his team, so that's going to bring them to the 4-3. Kind of off the rip here. Hopefully, it's going to get picked up easy there by Chaotic. I mean, he had the position. Nothing you were do. There was a player in his back as well. Bombs down on the street, kind of stranded. It's all up to Nedster. He's been in this position once already, unable to do anything with it. Maria's having a little bit of fun there, just shaking his head no. That they're not going to get it. And no, they didn't, as Hyped Esports is going to take the lead 3-2.
Yeah, I think that Hyped Esports, they genuinely think that they are just overall better than these guys. What's probably going through their heads is, yeah, we're all individually better than they are individually. And as soon as we start getting the teamwork down pat, they will not be able to touch us. Teamwork starting to grow more and more as the night goes on. Chaotix, though, a lot of individual ability coming out from this guy. He is 7-2. Rias not too far behind at 5-2. Anthrax, steady Eddie at about 3-2, and he's making a big fat push, going for A. They're going for the Rush A yet again. He's gonna find Hopeful, and he's gonna get a face full of Anthrax. Not a fun experience as Rias gets taken down as well, and it's only God Gaming coming around the back. Was trying to stop this, and yeah, pretty much a complete and utter collapse from God Gaming yet again.
Comic, I don't know if you heard it, but you were booed with that, with the joke there. Face full of Anthrax. No one likes that. It's not a good thing.
Sorry.
So boo, just so all the viewers hear it. Boo. Other than
That's
that,
not
I
even
mean,
the one I was going for.
I know the other one was worse. But Chaotic 9-2, man, he's just walking there. He's walking on the map. I'm saying he's the best there is, plain and simple. He wakes up in the morning and he's just rocking heads. I mean, dude's 9-2 on a 4 streak right now. I want to see him pick up 2 in this round. If his teammates don't take him first, geez, man, give him a chance.
They're just running right at them. They're just unleashing them like a bunch of wild dogs, going in and tearing up their opponents. They're like rabbits up against a bunch of wild dogs here, Trevor. Vape trying to hold it down up in here, which he does, but now they know exactly where he's at. And he's the last one standing. They're going to be all being like the seagulls from Finding Nemo, saying mine over and over again as they go in and make it theirs.
Yeah, so that was a really quick change of pace. I mean, we get the back and forth with the first 4 rounds, and then Hyped Esports just put their foot on the gas. They're just rolling like their Limp Bizkit, baby. As Riaz is gonna pick up those last couple of kills there. Babe did not stand a chance. There were 2, even if he somehow picks up both of those. And they were just emptying their clip, man. Like I said this the other day, it's faster to just empty your clip than it is to press the button. There is no other intent with those shots at all.
Yeah, I think the intent is to just rub salt in the wounds of God Gaming. I'm sure they have got plenty of salt of their own going on here right now. Don't need anything added from Hyped Esports. Trying to make a play through mid-map, which is very, very heavy on the God Gaming players. They're going to take down 2. While I was trying to catch the guy on the outside, which is Bape to even things up in terms of manpower, which he does. And somehow Rias is staying alive. Going to get a 1v1 versus Rego, realizing he can't win it solo. And Waz comes to his aid. Now it is only Nedster. Good situation turning instantly into a bad situation for God Gaming. Rias going to try and get away. Timing going to be in his favor as he goes for the plant.
Yeah, Nedster could be there to stop the plant. It doesn't look like he's going to get there, so Bomb is going to go down in a 1v2 retake. Even if he picks up that kill there, it is not looking good. I mean, he just gets smoked on that street side. 6-2, Hyped Esports take it. Man, they're looking really good versus this God Gaming team.
Yes, indeed, Trevor. They are just putting on a little bit of a performance here. I think they're just... I don't know, man. They don't seem to be sweating too much. They definitely seem like they're comfortably doing all these things, Trevor. I think we're about to see another 3-0 here. That's just me being honest. That's just my instincts. My analysis is that God Gaming, the cohesion isn't there. I don't know. They just don't seem to have any a modicum of teamwork, not even a cent's worth of teamwork between the four of them. And Hyped Esports is catching them all out one at a time. They are just getting 1v4'd pretty much all the time.
Yeah, I mean, God Gaming, it doesn't look like they know how to shoot their guns, if we're being completely honest. I hate to say it, but it is not looking good for them right now. I mean, you got someone like Chaotic who's going 9-3 in a search and destroy. Reiko is 2-8. He did not have a good hard point, and he did not have a good search and destroy. Maybe control his game. Maybe he started playing in Black Ops 4, and he just ran all of the control chows ever. And then now maybe it's his game mode. We gotta look at the bright side. There, it could be his game mode. He's gonna come out. He's gonna drop 30.
Well, Trevor, in the last series that we casted, it was actually kind of like that. Indiana Syndicate got destroyed in every single mode, but they did a pretty decent job comparatively in the control. So I don't know, maybe the same thing lies true for God Gaming versus Hyped Esports. I mean, it's definitely. Let's check on the map again real quick, Trevor. Do you remember what the map is?
Checkmate.
It is Checkmate. So what does that tell you? What that should tell everyone in the audience is that it's going to be very defender-sided. So a little bit of a chance for God Gaming if they do have some good opportunities on the defense to just make the kill counts extremely high for them and don't give a whole lot on their attacks. It's still a little bit of a path to victory in this mode open to them, but they're pretty much playing on borrowed time here, Trevor. Even if they do win this, it's going to be hard for them to win the rest of the series based on how they've played so far in the other modes.
You want to hear a joke that Hero would tell?
Of course.
Yeah, this map 3, man, it's definitely the swing map. Yeah, they need to really take control here.
Control.
That's my best Hero impression. So Hero, if you're out there watching, that one's for you, man. You would say it word for word. You can't lie to anybody.
But it's funny because he's saying ironically. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are in here with Checkmate Control. Going to be a very fun time for the defenders, but the attackers, they are going to be playing for a completely different objective. They are not playing to win the round. They are playing to make the win for the enemy team hurt as much as is humanly possible so that they can get the final defense and get the final laugh, even though they haven't won a single attack. Not even winning a single attack, they can still win the game outright.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if God Gaming's gonna hold on to all their defenses, and if they even get there, I don't think they get the round 5 defense. As Anthrax just come right up the middle, throws the nade to the feet of Hopeful. The Nedster, he does stop him. But Ria's gonna be a bunch of trades right there at the plane, as is on Checkmate, right off the rip. But Ria's gonna do some damage. Oh, that's not good if you're Babe. He just got absolutely roasted there. You don't want to get killed like that, man. Not at all.
That's a little bit soul crushing there, Trevor. I'm not gonna lie. And we're talking about trades here, but not a whole lot of them going towards God Gaming so far. They've got a combined amount of 4 kills, but Hyped Esports have a lot more than that. We'll say they have got around 8 lives. They've got double that amount of kills right now, Trevor. And they're, in fact, not letting it sit like it is. They're running right on through. They know exactly where Hopeful is. Takes him down. Got another one coming around the side. Too many to deal with as they're all up at the same time. Doesn't really matter. As God Gaming, they are running out of time. So all they can really do is just take the loss on the chin and try and not lose any more lives at this point. That is the only saving grace that they have right now.
Yeah, but Hyped Esports is chasing down. They have no busy being as far pushed upon the map as they are. Oh my, they all just spawned on Anthrax there, and he's able to get one of them. Man, they literally have no business being there. Oh, wow. They ran out of time, but I think God Gaming all dies there if there's a few more seconds left on the clock. Man, Chaotic, he looked really good. He only died once, maybe twice. I don't know if I saw him pick up that second death, but things like that right there, getting up there, holding the angles, and just shooting people in the face. Oh, man.
Yeah. Speaking of shooting people in the face, taking somebody off of the world's hardest head glitch. They're Chaotic. Oh, man. Yeah, he literally only has 1 death. You are spot on there with your memory, Trevor. He is 7-1 right now, 7 in this life. He's pretty much already at streaks more or less But God Gaming, they have the defensive side now. Maybe they can put up a little bit of something. But Hype Esports, they have had a very, very good amount of squad cohesion in comparison to their opponents. So they're probably going to do a little bit of the sticking together and just pile driving through the mid map, getting a little bit of control over A and killing them in their spawns. That seems to be the idea here.
Hopeful's just trying to get a kill, man. He's 0-7 right now. Someone like Chaotix 8-1. I don't know if there's anything to say here. His Hype is just gonna cap A and walk right over to B and probably take that one too. As he's holding down the wing with the 74U across the full map. I mean, Rias is at 10-3, Chaotic 10-1, Waz 10-1. Man, I don't want to read the other side.
Dude, this is absolutely incredible stuff. Hyped Esports, they went up against a team who was basically in the same boat as them, and they are just absolutely manhandling them. So maybe a little bit of innate chemistry there between these players. Chaotic going in for the final blow. Plenty of time and lives to do it as well. They have more than double the lives of God Gaming right now. This is really, really starting to get a little bit out of hand, as if it wasn't already. God Gaming, none of their players have surpassed 5 kills. That is a stat line that is quite interesting to me. But Hyped Esports, they're not making it easy on them, and they are just going full throttle straight through, and they're looking to get the fastest control here now as well, Trevor.
Did Chaotic die at the end, or did he stay at 1 death through 2 rounds? I don't know if he picked up an extra and died, or if he died there. I want to see his stat line as soon as we get into that next one.
You know what? I'm kind of curious now as well, Trevor, because yeah, that would be quite a little bit of something to brag about if you're Chaotix. It's definitely going to help you in the league stats department, brought to you by DropShotStats again, by the way. And answer is yes, he is still yet to die, Trevor, and now he's on full streaks because of it.
Pad those stats, man. So is Waz 14-1. So jeez. Yeah, so let's see right off the break here. Let's go to listening with Hyped Esports, see what their comms are.
I got playing. He's on the back heady. He's on the back heady. He's on the back heady. I'm staying alive. I'm staying alive. That's 2. Last guy's A. Last guy's A. He's on the credit corner. Credit corner whacked up a little bit. He's on the right side right here.
One back.
He's dead.
Back, top fin.
That's one dead.
One double.
They might have spawned P2. They might have spawned P2. Ross, watch it. Careful with that. Yep, P2 spawns. You could call in streaks now if you want.
Secret. I push.
That's all dead. They're gonna spawn secret. They're all spawning secret. Yeah, call your streak now.
Close fin.
I did.
Under fin
Bottom tube there.
One more in the back. Call a streak. Got another streak right now?
Yeah. I'm calling in an artillery or cruise. They killed me.
Dang, I'm taking all the
Nothing.
They're back fin or back right.
Bro, oh my god. We're still in here with Anthrax. Not to say that Waz isn't doing good, because he's at a 17 streak as well. Everyone pretty much doing incredible right now for Hyped Esports, my dude. Nothing really can go wrong for them at this point. Hopeful trying his hardest to get on the objective and get something going here for his team. But, oh my goodness, they are losing lives. They are hemorrhaging lives in the back, and they do get knocked down. They're now completely out of lives here, Trevor. This, I think the writing is well and truly on the wall, not just for this game, but for the rest of the season, dude. They are gonna have to make some adjustments and make some concerted efforts to get this teamwork down.
I'm so sad that Waz died there at the end. He was going for it. He was trying to get as many as he could, and he did pick up 2. How many see those body shots from Anthrax? That's just like, man, that's rough. But no, I mean, Waz was like 23-2 or something like that. I think is his final stat line. That's just absolutely insane. Pure carnage. God Gaming. GG's got smoked.
That's funny because that's their acronym, God Gaming GG. But anyways, one last thing I'll say about Anthrax is he totally lived up to the name there in the end. As soon as they caught wind of him, dude, they were just instantly on the floor, much like in real life. I'm sorry, but I just had to do it one more time before we end off this series like Hyped Esports just did. They ended that one off very emphatically. That was quite the statement to make. They didn't seem that like they had too much issues with the squad cohesion. Maybe it's just because they were going up against a team with even less cohesion than them, but they looked pretty dang good. Hyped Esports, they seem to not be having too many issues there, or at least they weren't very apparent because of the lack of presence of their opponents.
I'm just looking at that hardpoint stat line, man. 250 to 36. What? That's insane. I mean, Hyped Esports, you did everything right. I don't know if it's because you guys are the greatest ever, or if you played a team that was formed an hour ago. I don't know the stats. I don't know how that one works. So I'm very interested to see what next week looks like for Hyped Esports coming off of a win like this one. I mean, you're going to be on a high, and hopefully they don't get crushed. So that'll be a really cool one to see. Just looking forward to next week, or the next time that they play. And for God Gaming, man, they need to really iron out this roster, see what needs fixed, and just spend a little bit more time together. Hop on Discord, eat some soup together. I don't know.
Play some pro points. Yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much going to be all we got for you guys tonight. That's going to be a quick one brought to you by K7 League in the favor of Hyped Esports. Before we go, we want to give some special thanks out to everybody involved in bringing this together. First, starting off with our partners, we've got GitGudHosts providing neutral hosts in places that are located next, actually very close to the CDL servers for neutral latency connections. We've also got Innovated Gear, the official apparel partner of K7. They've got some nice threads. DropShotStats bringing you all those awesome stats. Gamers Resort providing a safe haven to gamers who struggle with depression, anxiety, and other mental illnesses. And last but not least, Rogue Energy makes playing COD a little bit more fun because you got more energy to do it. You're feeling more cracked. You're getting more kills in theory, but we are going to be finishing things off by thanking all of you people watching out in the audience. We really very much appreciate you for watching all this awesomeness that is going on. We hope you enjoyed it. And to end things off, I will thank you, Trevor, for casting this alongside me. It was a fun time. Anything you want to say in closing? I'll give you the final word.
Shout out Connie in the booth, made it easy. But yeah, thank you, Kyle, for doing it with me. Thank you all for watching, and have a great night. We'll see you next time.
Disgusting! Oh my God, June! Oh!
Absolutely devastating.
He's actually in a really good spot for his teammate to watch over him and give him assistance, but no one really watching the main run up. And oh, what a trophy system collateral kill!
Oh, they gotta get on the point.